Hi everyone. Wow, one person here instantly. How'd you click that fast? Or time travel? I'm Angelo. Been homeless for a year. I'm in Los Angeles. I'm a filmmaker. And I just lost the one viewer. That's alright. I been trying to lose weight, and I was so bad about it for the last how long have I been in LA? 6 months? Mayo, junio, julio, agosto, septiembre, octubre. Yeah, 6 months. It's Noviembre now. And I was so bad about it and so lazily, kind of rationalizing what I was eating. And I just got disgusted with myself and got a bunch of motivation. So the last 5 days, oh, I back. Last 5 days, my ribs are hurting again. I've been cutting back on food a lot and basically eating one meal a day. Now, I'll have a little bit in the morning, like usually I have like 2 little packets of oatmeal. Actually, I can show you. I got this from the food bank, and I got another box of oatmeal in the trunk. So 2 of these, no sugar, very healthy. I just put water in it in my little thermos, and then I'll eat that. I'll have a banana, and that's basically it in the morning. Today I did have one little chocolate square from a bar I got at the food bank, a chocolate bar that said like all dark chocolate and like no sugar, or like 1 gram of sugar or something. I don't know. No, there was probably more than that. Oh yeah, no, there was like 1 gram of sugar, something like that, in like a serving, which was like half the bar. But even that, I felt disgusted eating that, and I still regret it because I'm like, what was the point of eating something that tasted nice? I didn't need it. So I went walking for about an hour, and I finally did some actual exercising today that I haven't been able to do since my car crash. My car was destroyed while I slept in it about a month ago. I did some body weight squats, lunges, calf raises. My legs are a little bit burning from that, but that's good. And it's like, man, I miss doing it the last few weeks, but what can I do? Taking time to do other things. So, hey everyone, wow, filming, no name, last name, Anthony, 12B, thanks for joining. Click like, everyone, helps the video out, got to get it out there, all that stuff. So, excuse me, basically been eating one meal a day, and it's fine. Doesn't bother me. I even felt kind of disgusted with myself for even eating that one meal today. Not the oatmeal and stuff and the banana in the morning, but I went to a diner and I got an egg white omelet with just vegetables in it, so very low calories, a baked potato that was cut up with onions and peppers, and the indulgence was 2 pieces of whole wheat toast, and I didn't eat the crust. But I haven't, well, did I eat after that? I think maybe I had a few almonds after that. That's it. Wait, did I have? Oh yeah, I had a little protein bar too, the one with a lot of seeds in it. That seems a little healthier. I'm fine. Haven't been hurting for hunger. I'm hungry now, but the food is not appetizing to me because my mind is on, I got to get rid of this, size on my stomach. And the weird thing is, it does make my gums and mouth feel weird. Like I get this cringe feeling of like biting into something dry, this thought of it. And I am so freaked out. That's another fear I have. Touching really dry stuff with my hands, it makes me cringe so bad. Ever since I was a kid, I hated dry stuff, touching my feet, my hands, or my mouth. I can't even think. And now it's just like the couch cushion inside it, or a bed foam or something, and it's all I can think about. It horrifies me. But yeah, the hunger isn't bothering me. I'm so focused on other stuff, I don't care. I was gonna see that play today. I really wanted to see it. Then I started reading about it and reading about the theater. I'm like, oh, this seems really cool. I wanted to see it. I went there, parked outside. And then I went up to the theater and somebody was walking in and unlocking the door. I'm like, well, that's weird. Uh, why? That's not usual. Like 10 minutes before the play's supposed to start, someone's unlocking the door and nobody else is around. So I said, hey, is the show going on today? And this lady said, no, it's canceled for today because one of the actors got cast in a movie. I was like, oh, wow. So is it canceled the whole run? And she said, no, it'll start again next Friday. So just as well. I was frustrated because I got up a little late today after last night's live stream. I was up so late doing that, entertaining you all. And I got up late and I tried to nap in the car at the park and I couldn't do it really well because I'm always on edge when I'm sleeping, trying to rest during the day. And especially if I'm in an area I don't know, or not I don't know, but it's like, yeah, where people are around that I have to worry about. I'll sleep, maybe I'll lie back at my car in the food bank in the parking lot there because I know most people there and it's like they're not going to mess with me. And it's not that the police would stop me or anything at the park. You never know. I don't know who's around, who has bad intentions or what. And plus I have to have the windows rolled way down. So it's so hot during the day. So I didn't rest that well. Got a little of the rest I needed. And then I've just been writing, pushing myself to write really hard today. And it kind of sucked. I don't know if my mind wasn't into it or something. It was just hard to write anything good. I'm like, this is crap, this is crap, this is crap, this is crap. I started switching to another screenplay I want to write that I think I could do sooner than this other crime story because that one I know will require a much bigger budget. And I'm trying to write this other one and I'm like, fuck, I'm just off today. But I kept pushing myself. I wrote several pages of notes. I did a bunch of research. And sure enough, even if you get one mediocre idea that's better than all the crap, it's worth the 4 or 5 hours of sitting there. And that's what some writers will say, is someday you only write one good line. So at least I know I'm on my way. It's scary thinking, oh man, my writing was sucking today. I couldn't figure out what to do. And other days I feel like it's been improving a lot more. But I'm trying to picture the wrong stuff. Why can't I get my mind on the right track? This is the wrong story idea for this particular story I know I want to write. Anyways, so the play didn't happen today. That's fine. I still want to see it next week. Oh, tomorrow, The Right Stuff, the astronaut movie with Ed Harris and Scott Glenn, is going to play at a theater tomorrow, and the director is going to be there. I think his name is Philip Kaufman. Now, it's been a long time since I've seen The Right Stuff. I saw it when I was a kid. My dad really liked it, and I couldn't appreciate it because I'm like, I couldn't appreciate character movies. I'm like, why are you going to have a movie about a space shuttle and not show the rocket, going through space and all that stuff? So I couldn't appreciate it. I don't remember that much about it, other than it seemed to have a, high integrity, a quality to it. So I may try and see that tomorrow, and then maybe another day see The Irishman. And then next week I'll see the play. I do want to see the play. It's a very small theater. That's great for me. I've been to small theaters before. I like them. And that's really nice. So you're just up there. You're right. I don't know how many of you been to really small theaters. You think you go to a play and it's like, it might be 200 seats. It might be a school auditorium you're at. So it's meant to hold all the students there. So it might be 500 seats or something. But this one, it looks like it's probably like, 50 seats or something. If that, maybe less. So that's really cool. So yeah, I do want to see that. Excuse me. And I was in a funk. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with my write? Why am I going for this one? It's not the words I was typing. It's why does my mind keep going to this one track of the story which is most difficult for me, and it's not helpful for the story I want to write right now. But I kept trying to think of ways around it and ask myself questions of what I could do and events in the story. And I got a few things out of me, and thinking how to make it low budget, how to make it something I could shoot myself, and how to keep it simple. Don't put all these big things where it's like, oh, you need this big location, this big set, you need it designed to look like this big thing, thinking, well, how to scale all that down, because you don't need it all. You really don't. For character thing, hey Jean, or Jean if you prefer. Day 5 of my diet, it's going fine. I haven't eaten since 1 o'clock this afternoon. I had a egg white omelet with vegetables, baked potato with vegetables, onions and peppers, and then the only cheat part of that meal was 2 pieces of whole wheat toast, which really I could have skipped on. And I was kind of disgusted even with eating that. Now that's a pretty low calorie meal, and whatever hunger I feel, I don't care. I'm not tempted to eat food. I'm not tempted to, go into my trunk for all the food I have there. So I'm really just trying to lose weight and be really focused, and who knows, maybe this will help me somehow. I wish I had this willpower back when I was already lighter, so I probably gained 20 pounds or so in LA, or at least maybe since moving into my car. I don't really know. I can't think, and I don't weigh myself that much. That's the thing. But so far, I'm going well. Hunger doesn't bother me. Like I said, last meal I ate today was around 1 o'clock. It was that small meal. Before that, all I had was I had the ball of Soylent, a protein bar. I worked out. I worked out, meaning I walked in the park and I did body weight squats and stuff. And it didn't hurt my ribs too bad, I think. My ribs are kind of hurting now, but it's like, if I sit a weird way, they hurt. And so that was good. I was really pleased to be able to work out and it didn't hurt too much. And man, I miss doing it. I regret I couldn't be doing it the last few weeks, but that's okay. God push me even harder. I said gotta push me even harder, not God. Imaginary. Yeah, it was just something in a funk, not going for the right angle. I was going down the wrong track for my story, hung up on this bullshit that's not gonna be a problem, I think, in the actual film. And this may be something I can shoot on a pretty low budget, relatively speaking. So I wanted to switch. I keep rotating between 3 different screenplays because I feel like one helps strengthen the other. They're all different types of stories. So when I focus on one, I can go back to another and click like everyone. 8 people in here, just click. It just helps YouTube with their, the algorithm and everything. It'll help share the videos. And I'm going to try and go back to making pre-filmed videos this week. And maybe next weekend do a sleep video. I thought about doing that tonight. I'm like, it's always a little bit of a hassle to do it. And I thought, no, I'll just do this, and that way I can screw around and listen to videos as I'm falling asleep and browse the internet. But I'm rotating between writing 3 different screenplays because it just helps me to go back to each one with some new skills and new tools for a different kind of story, and also go back to it and kind of get the emotions out of me. So when I go back to it, I can read it and analyze it more as someone who hasn't read it in a way and think, does this work? And so I really pushed for more drama, more high stakes in my short film screenplay, because I was like, this is not dramatic. And I was going back through a bunch of notes I wrote on movies I've seen and love, and seeing the notes, I'm thinking, well, how compelling do the notes make the movie sound? Because there are movies I love, but if I was writing this and I was worried, oh, it's not dramatic enough, I can know, oh, okay, it is dramatic enough because it's a movie I love and somewhat popular film, very highly acclaimed, from a very acclaimed cast and director. Hey, amateur super fan, imaginary. Yep, that's right. Does it hurt the way you're sitting right now? No, but the thing is, when it might take a while for the ribs to hurt. If my arm's a certain way, it might take a minute or so. But also, I might realize it hurts when I move, and then I realize, oh, I've been hurting it this time, and it just didn't notice. So, yeah, that's the problem. Still got all this fat on me, and diet's going fine. So, let's plan on keep doing it. Same thing tomorrow. Just get up, shower, go walk around, do squats and stuff, and I could sort of want to try and lift weights, but I know if I rush it, it's just going to hurt my ribs again, and it's going to take me even longer to recover. So I may as well wait until I feel fully recovered. No, I didn't see the play. What happened, I pulled up there, I went there, 10 minutes before the play was supposed to start. I go walk up to the building, and there's nobody there except one person. This lady walked in, she's unlocking the door. And I'm like, that's weird. Normally 10 minutes before a show starts, they're going to be seating people. And they're already, like, I don't know if they'd be selling concessions then, but depends on the theater. But normally they'd already have a bunch of people coming in. So I'm like, what the hell? No one's here and it's supposed to start in 10 minutes. So I was up behind her. I got to be careful. I was wearing my hoodie like this to protect from the sun, and she didn't seem bothered, and I seemed nice, but I realized, people might be scared of that, especially, women. So, anyways, but I went up there, I said, hey, is the show running today? And she said, no, it's canceled today. I'm like, really? Like, what happened? And she said, one of the actors got cast in a film. So I was like, oh my goodness. I was kind of shocked. I said, well, is the run of the play canceled? She's like, no, it's going to resume Friday. So I said, okay, good to know. And I'll go see it next week. Sunday, it's a cheaper show. Remember, you see it at night, it's going to be more pricey. You see it in the afternoon, the matinee show or whatever. I don't understand why afternoon is matinee. To me, matinee sounds like a night word. But click a like, everyone. We got a ton of people in here now. Wow. But yeah, the play was canceled today because apparently someone got cast in a movie, so they're going to resume it on Friday. So I was like, well, just as well. I wanted to get some writing done today, so I really pushed myself to write a lot. I wrote a bunch of notes on this thing as far as, because before you have to realize, before anyone writes a screenplay, they really should write notes and make an outline of the story and ask them all kinds of questions about what the story needs, and keep refining the outline before you even deal with the actual the words. So, and just write a bunch of ideas of what could happen, what would be the worst thing to happen in this scenario, what's your designing principle of the movie. That's from John Truby. What's your, moral argument? What's the psychological need of the character? How do all the characters and situations reflect on this one idea? How's your movie going to end? And work backwards from there. And I've been struggling with all that stuff on this. I'm like, well, the pieces have been in place for over a year, but it just takes time with some of this stuff for me to figure out. And I was pushing myself, and I wanted to get up. Every time I get a big idea and write that down, I'm like, oh, this is too much for me. It's too intense. I got to get up and go. But I made myself keep writing. And it was a struggle because I'm like, I'm in some funk where my mind is in the wrong direction today. It kept fixating on this one thing that it's like, it's not that important. I don't need to worry about it. And when you're stuck like that, you do research. So I started researching stuff about the type of character this person is and what he does with his life, and trying to think about, okay, how would this story deal with this aspect of him. And so I made a few mediocre points, I think, among all the crappy notes that I made. And even that, sometimes, that's what you got to push through, because especially this is a newer story for me, and I wanted to start rewriting this one. I had written notes for it before, but working on it again because I realized it can be relatively low budget, a feature. And I'm like, well, maybe this would be my first feature, but I have to write other screenplays to be good, ready to even do that, write that. So I've been working on these two other ones, and I'm rotating them now. And, that way I'm always pushing, and I'm never just stuck on one. and it also helps me go back to the other ones with a little more skill, a little more experience and tools, and also to help me look at it a little bit more, without being so close to the material and thinking, oh, well, this is interesting to me, so it's going to be interesting to other people. And but what rotating screenplays helps you do is look back at it and read it as if you didn't write it. Now, obviously, I wrote it. I still am reading it like I wrote it, but read it a little bit more, from detached, so I can see, oh, it's not dramatic enough, or oh, this doesn't make sense, and I never realized that. And I still know there are those big problems where things, it's like you're not willing to delete, you take for granted. And so I'm looking at them and thinking, okay, what are basic things that I've overlooked here that I can't figure out? And when that happens too, if you get feedback from other people, it can spur me, like a month of progress I would have made by myself can happen in 10 minutes with someone else questioning it. I'm writing my screenplays. Screenplays are not for an audience. Screenplays are meant to be performed. So I'm writing screenplays to make movies out of them. Oh, hi, Pokelaws? Wait, do you have a check mark next to your name? Is that an official, or a verified YouTube channel? Or is that you just added the check mark yourself? I'm curious about that. Who's Pokelaws? But thank you, Pokelaws. Pokelaws says, I love you. Wow, I never saw you here before. Shija, welcome back. Thank you. Yes, and click like, everyone. It helps the video out. We had a ton of likes in here last night, like 30. For me, that's really good. We had like 31 or 32. That's really good for me. And I'm not trying to go to bed too late tonight. I wanted to leave the Starbucks earlier, but I really wanted to push myself to write and just push and push. And here's the thing. When I get a big idea, I'm like, oh, I got to write this. It's so intense and overwhelming. It's like I have to get up and walk away. Now, I'm not going to do that out in a cafe, but it made me want to get up and quit and be like, that's good. End on a high note. But no way is wrong, really, except if you're on a deadline, then you got to keep writing. But I'm trying to write as if I'm on a deadline. I don't want this to keep dragging out unnecessarily. But a big part of what I'm doing is I'm still a student of all this. I have to learn so much about screenwriting. I have to read more screenplays and, just more importantly, not stop when I just feel like stopping. So I was really pushing myself to write more and more today, even though I was in this fucking funk where it's like my mind kept going to this one track of the story. I'm like, why am I making it so hard for myself? This one track of the story is not as important as I'm making it out to be. Because, of course, in my mind, I want it to be so complicated. And I read the notes I made. I'm glad I forgot I made them for one of my favorite movies, Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. And just reading the notes, I'm like, it seems incredibly simple. Mostly characters sitting, standing, and talking. And of course, the movie, when you have the image on screen, it makes it seem so much more complicated. But you're not writing all that stuff, the set design and, editing and everything. All you're writing is the script. And the script is relatively simple. And I've read the script for that movie before, too. And I want to read a lot more scripts. So I was reading that. I was like, okay, what would I think if I had never seen this movie, if it wasn't produced and I was just reading it? I might think, well, it's fairly simple. So I have to know that actually that's a really great outline or great story, but I have to know this outline won't rivet me the same way as a screenplay or a finished movie will. So I have to know more analytically what questions are being answered and what is being done with each step of the outline so that I understand, oh, this is doing what it needs to. And so I'm just taking it very seriously. I've read several books on screenwriting. I don't know, that sounds kind of corny when I say it like that. Reread 2 of them recently. John Truby's The Anatomy of Story and Eric Edson's The Story Solution. I just finished Jill Chamberlain's The Nutshell Technique, which is very good. And also, I met her recently. I sat in on a little lecture she gave, and she gave me some questions. She broke apart my outline, and it was actually, again, like 5 minutes of that was like, oh crap, that just launched me 3 months forward in progress on my screenplay that I wouldn't have made otherwise. So, I really want to make some money too and get in some of these, 2-day workshops, 5-day workshops, whatever, and get help from people and also get used to the criticism. Oh, it is so hurtful when your screenplays are criticized, but you got to deal with it. So yeah, just working on that, rotating them and just pushing hard. And it's so weird. I'll switch tabs, leave the word processor, and I was about to back up the document, email it to myself. And then I'm like, oh, I just got an idea, because when you're staring at the screen, it's the worst time to get ideas. The best time to get ideas is like when I'm at the gym, when I'm showering, when I'm walking around, doing different things, when I'm around people, all that stuff. How many hours of writing do you do a day? I mean, today, I don't know. I don't have a set amount. And I've been getting better at it. I've been bad about it for a while. But also know that, before I say it, there's kind of, unless you're on it, again, well, no, it can be. I mean, everybody's got to learn themselves, But for me, both ways I look at it as good. If you're going to work on it all day, you can do that. Or Ken Atchity, he's a screenwriting professor. He says, just limit it to your effective writing time, because if you don't have more to write after that, it's just wasted time. You should prioritize it doing other things, experiencing your life, research, all this stuff to help give you ideas. But let's see, today I think I started writing around 4 o'clock, finished around 8. So I did a pretty good, let's say 3 hours, because instead of 4, because I was probably switching tabs and checking, Twitter and stuff. And but I was writing a pretty good amount. I wrote like 2 or 3 pages of notes. Oh, but also what I was doing, so I wasn't just goofing around on the internet when I was going to my browser. I was reading articles on people who live the sort of life my character does, and learning about that world, even if it just informs me as a kind of background, because I'm realizing, oh, why would I write about a character and I don't know about the job they have or what they do or their hobby? I want to know all about it, so when I have the script, it sounds like somebody knew the exact terms of everything they work with, and they're not a fool and they're an expert on it, so the actors can and the crafts people and all that stuff, the crew, can feel confident working on it, that it's a well researched script, and it's not just some a vanity project. It's like, oh, I just want to make something, I want to make a movie because movies are cool. Yeah, so I'd say 4 hours is a good number for me to hit. Just because there's other things I could be also doing that help give me ideas, but I'm willing to do more too, and I'd be kind of like to try that. Also, I used to, when I was first writing my first screenplay, I made a rule for myself. I would write 5 pages a day, and back then my skills were so limited, and they're still limited. And this new story I'm writing, I'm like, oh fuck, man, why am I fucking this up? This new story I'm writing is tough, but I would make it a rule to write 5 pages a day on my first screenplay, and that was so painful. I would stay up 4 or 5 in the morning, force myself to write, and it was so hurtful, but I loved it. It was so exciting too, and that was when I was just discovering I wanted to write. So for me, it was so exciting to learn at 27, what the fuck am I talking about, 32 or 33, like, oh, I have a new dream. I wanted to be a director since when I was 17, and I thought I'd do that, and I do want to do that. But then finally at 32 or 33, I had this story. I just had this one image from when I was 26, and I knew I wanted to make a movie about that. I had no idea how to write, no clue. You talk about things that spur people to write or spur people to work. I said how my girlfriend broke up with me, and that made me want to make YouTube videos, because I was like, I got to do something with my free time and do something. And it was brutal. It was very painful. But oh man, the sense of loss was so deep. Oh, it was so messed up. But that, and then I was again heartbroken over another girl I really liked, and she kind of went her separate way with me, and that was fine. Again, for the best. Really nice person, and that gave me like, oh, I like that made me start thinking at 26, I don't want to just do little videos when I have free time. There's stories I really want to tell, and I don't want to feel like crap about myself if I go through this experience and now I'm not really telling the stories I want to. And so I thought, because I don't feel good, like not expressing the stories I want. But it stayed in my head for years, and I never quite got to it, because when I'd feel down, those were the critical moments when I was feeling down and hurt, thinking, oh, I feel even worse because I'm not telling the stories I want to. I'm hiding behind these little goofy videos or whatever. And back then I barely made YouTube videos. I made a few here or there, but I was like, oh, this is what I really want to do, make movies and dramatic movies and, crime stories and all this stuff. And so I was upset about that. And then for years I had that image in my head and I wanted to get it out. And eventually at 32, I just sort of wanted to get it out. I realized I wanted to do it. And that's when I started writing. And it was a process of, I wrote 13 pages. I've told this story several times, 13 pages. And at 13 pages, I realized, oh, I'm already 13 pages in and nothing's happened yet. So I realized I didn't know how to write. So then I had to go back and watch a bunch of interviews with screenwriters and just soak in this information. Then I bought a few books by them, and I read just like 3 books by them. Then I started writing and tried to take it seriously, and I got feedback from a professional Hollywood screenwriter who's consulted with major directors, writers, stars, and basically he said it was not good. He said I could quit, just direct or rework the whole thing. And he was nice about it, but I was crushed. I was so humiliated. But I thought, okay, I'll take it seriously, even though I was in such denial. Part of myself was like, I didn't have the muscle yet to understand the writing muscle. So I was in such denial, thinking, well, he doesn't get it. And here's the thing. It might have been a nice enough movie for YouTube, but he's consulting for people, trying to, help them make movies that are, it probably would have been a fine movie to make for YouTube, this little independent thing. But, like I was saying, he consults with an eye on what's going to be critically acclaimed and make money. So you can, when that happens, you can either whine about it and complain and think, oh, he didn't get what I'm doing. In which case, why'd you bother going? You just want validation. Or you could take it seriously. It hurt like hell. I felt like if I had just died, I would not be able to escape the humiliation far enough of having been rejected so badly. But after a month, I was thinking about it and thought about it and thought about it. And I was like, well, maybe he's right. And sure enough, I ended up not deliberately, but doing exactly what he said. You could rework the whole screenplay. And he said there was this one element of the screenplay which maybe could be a story. Sure enough, that ended up being the element of this other crime story I want to write. And even that I'm fucking struggling over, and, keep messing with it and thinking, no, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, and realizing I got to make it simpler and simpler, keep it simple to the words, not thinking how's everything going to look on screen and work and all that stuff. So it was amazing at 32 to realize I have this new dream now. I want to write movies. Hola Puccini. Gracias, gusto saludarte. Hi Angelo. Alfie's Stoppers. Hi, Angelo, I'm a fan of your channel now. Your mother is pretty hilarious. Thanks. I want to do a live show with her in LA, the Angelo's Mom live show, where we do sketches. And of course, my mom can't act. And so basically all the sketches have to be like her reacting to me and me sort of guiding the conversation, whatever happens. And then play videos in between the sketches and have interactive stuffs and, make it really exciting. I don't want it to be dull. But that's what I want. I want to do a live show with my mom. What home? Bone Dry TV saying, go live at home. How about I not give up on my dreams? That's a better option to me. And also, what home? I don't have a home. I'm homeless. There is no home. There's no plan B. There's no backup. Whoa. Screen just flickered with the focus. Then again, I'm losing weight. I want to lose it rapidly. I'm very dedicated to it this time. I wish I had this willpower before, but I just couldn't see it. And I wanted to comfort myself with food, and sure enough, I fucked up and gained a bunch of weight. Especially probably the last few weeks after I stopped working out. And, excuse me, it kind of gave myself the excuse not to eat well, because I'm like, well, if I'm, not able to work out, I kind of am on hiatus now when I really had to work even harder. So that's what I'm doing now, working even harder. Injuries equals weight gain. Yep. Sucks. But I lost weight before. I can do it again. I lost about 40 pounds at most. Now, it's spread out over a couple of years, the loss. But when I was disabled, I was sick for 9 months, and I couldn't exercise that whole time. I was just, oh my goodness, it's so much pain. So I got up to like 200 pounds, I think. That was 2013. And then, sure enough, after a couple of years, I lost 40 pounds of hitting just plateaus, stopping, then, accelerating the weight loss again. And my damn doctor, he's so stubborn. He has a way of letting me know it's going to like make him feel so violated if I don't follow his instructions. At 159 pounds, he said, you're all skin, and I still wanted to lose more weight. He said, you're all skin and bones. You got to gain weight. You should eat more carbohydrates. I'm like, oh shit, man, I don't want to do that. I hope I gain weight just in muscle. And I wasn't. I was gaining weight mostly in fat. And it went back and forth and stuff. And he was in Virginia, so now I haven't seen him in a couple months. I feel a little bad because I told him I'd be back at some point, and now I'm not coming back. Now I realize I want to live here. But, I'll be back to visit. I want to make movies there, too, in Virginia. Partly just because I know the streets so much better. I know where things are. So I don't have to do... The location scouting won't be as hard. Because I know what I want it to look like, and I know where things are there. Also, I don't know where there are suburbs around here that look like in Virginia. Not just suburbs, but whole cities and areas. I'm sure they're in California. A lot of America looks the same, by the way. I don't like most of this country. When I drove through it, I didn't enjoy most of it. And that was a 5-day drive. Man, hell of a thing. I forget what I was talking about. Oh yeah, the weight gain, the doctor. So yeah, I'll be back there sometimes, and maybe I'll see him there. But it feels kind of sad because he's an older guy too. I'm like, oh geez, man, like he's a nice guy. I'd hate to, he's doing fine, I'm sure, but it's just, I don't like the idea of, just leaving someone. But yeah, I'm just dedicated to losing weight now, and I could have lost another 10 pounds and I would have been in a healthy weight range, man. It's stubborn, it's like, oh, you got to eat more, you got to eat. So now I ate too much, but I'm doing fine. I'm even like hungry now, but I have no desire to eat. I ate a meal at 1 o'clock today, and that was my only full meal, and it was a very low-calorie meal, I think. It was a baked potato with country potato, as it's called, where it's cut up, but basically baked, with bell peppers, onions, and egg white omelet with vegetables in it, mushroom, spinach, and I think something else, I can't remember. And the only indulgence was whole wheat toast with butter and jelly. That's it. I did eat before that, but it wasn't a whole meal. I had a little protein bar with a lot of seeds in it. I had a Soylent drink, the meal replacement. I had 2 packets of oatmeal with like no sugar, or like just a tiny amount of sugar, 1 gram or something. And a banana and a few almonds. So, my feet, I'm wearing shoes all day because I don't take them off any time of the day. Man, anyways. So yeah, tomorrow I might see The Right Stuff in a theater, and the director, I think Philip Kaufman is his name, will be there. So I want to go see that for sure. And that'll be really cool. And I felt shitty too. I didn't go out today and do anything, really. I wanted to see the play. I felt shitty because I got up late, and I'm like, oh man, I don't like the pattern I'm getting into when I'm being by myself too much. That's not good. I got to be interacting with people and stuff, and putting forward an putting forth an effort to do stuff with others. And it's not good when I'm just in my car a lot. It's isolating. At least to be outside is better. So, and I was in my car a lot, partly because I was lazy, because I was tired, and I was up late live streaming last night for your entertainment. So, yeah, I want to get out and do some stuff. I'm not even worried about the money, even though I'm broke, and I'm waiting for my check, and I'm paying for this rental car out of pocket now because my insurance company isn't covering the rental anymore. And they took an additional week to send the check for the loss of my car that was destroyed in a car crash. So I can't worry about all that. I'm going to probably see The Right Stuff tomorrow, and then maybe Tuesday I'll see The Irishman. That'll be really cool. I want to see it at the Alamo Drafthouse. What time is it? 9:01. So it's still relatively early. I like to go to sleep around this time. I never do, of course. I'm always too lazy about, lying back, watching videos on my phone, all that stuff. How's my battery doing? Really good, 86%. Lower the brightness on the screen because I want to save the battery. Oh man, this phone's awesome. Lasts so long. Unlike my BlackBerry Priv, only good thing about that was the supposedly the security is on it. It's good, but the keyboard, the mechanical keyboard, I still miss that. This phone has the most screwed up autocorrection. I've had previous touchscreens phones, they weren't even as bad as this. Words I'll try and swipe will become like a series of initials with periods, and they'll be broken up into nonsense words. I'm like, how the fuck did this made up phrase become the autocorrect thing? And to remove the word from the phone's dictionary, you can't just press on it and remove it. You have to type out something that's similar to it and look at the phone's autocorrect options, and then hopefully it comes up in there. A lot of times it won't, stupidly enough. So then from always becomes Freon, and I try and type it's always there, and you just try and put something simple, it becomes like y.d.d Jeffreramy or something crazy like that. Makes no sense, this autocorrect. I hate it. Put mechanical keyboards on the phone. Oh, I miss that so much. But yeah, I got to be interacting with others. That's part of keeping my mind sharp too. If you're isolated a lot, your mind can turn to mush. Like some people will go insane in isolation wards, or in isolation cells in prison. Some people will, engage in self-harm. I've heard of one guy, he basically couldn't speak anymore. I don't know that means. Like he learned not to speak, or his brain just shut down his speech option after he was in solitary for years and years. That is torture. That is absolutely torture. But anyways, yeah, if I'm too isolated, it's not good. It makes my mind not as sharp. So that's part of why I was in that funk today, where I'm not connected to my emotions and everything. So I got to do that. Hungry? No, not really. How do I change the text settings? I don't know how to do that. I have a Samsung Galaxy, and I've heard from other people it's like a different system from the swipe system. I called it swipe anyways, but yeah, really shitty. The battery's great on the phone. Tengo un poco hambre, Puccini, pero quiero bajar de peso, y estoy serio sobre menorar el cantidad de comido que como yo. Telling Puccini I'm serious about trying to lose weight and cutting down on the food I eat. Yeah, absolutely. It can mess with you so bad, and I'm already messed up enough as it is mentally. When I was disabled for 9 months, That was mental disability. I was hallucinating and in a lot of pain. Que bien, gracias, Puccini. I was it was a horrible situation. It was excruciating, and it affected me badly a long time afterward, and still affects me in a way. Just knowing, I didn't even know a person could get that sick to where I'm pacing 23 hours a day compulsively. If I didn't, I would be in a horrible pain and screaming. I could no longer think about movies. I couldn't desire anything. It was just terror. It was absolute terror. And it's still always like is, sort of lurking in there, like, man, if I just indulged those thoughts and gave into them, what would happen to me? I don't think I could get sick like that again. So what would happen? I would basically, I don't know how to describe it. Your eyes can deceive you. Your brain interprets information, and your emotions, they regulate a certain way. But if I were to indulge those thoughts and stuff and all those religious delusions and compulsions, I swear it would be like I can see, but I'm not even here. I just nothing. Like you just ripped the cords out of my computer and just plugged in something else, and I'm just like a zombie or something. It's scary. It's horrific. I've lost so much of my sharpness over the years, but also I was so much more miserable before too. 2 cars got their hazard lights going on. They've had them for so long there. I don't know why. Parked by me. That's why the lights are flashing on my face. But tengo mucho disciplina, Puccini, para bajar de peso. Así, aunque tengo hambre, no quiero yo comer mucho. This dumb car driving so fast down the parking lot. It's so dangerous. You don't know if someone's going to pull out. You don't know if a kid's going to run out from between the cars. You don't know if a kid's going to run out after a toy that went, like a ball that went bouncing into the parking lot. People are so stupid. I'm not just talking about any one kind of person, like oh, it's just rich people or something. I've known very nice people to drive horribly like that and nearly get in crashes in parking lots. I was in a guy's car who did that, and even when he was doing that, I was thinking, how do you know you're going to go so fast around this corner and there's going to be no one there? And sure enough, a car came and he had to slam on the brakes. 14 people here. Nice. Click like, everyone. Helps the video out. I'm Angelo, homeless filmmaker. I'm basically on a near starvation diet in a way. Well, not really near starvation. What I mean is just eating 1 meal a day and like a little bit of snacks in the morning. And hopefully it works. I guess I'm losing weight. You don't notice until, some time passes. Day 5, so. But I had my meal at 1 o'clock today. It was a very low-calorie meal. And feeling fine. I'm a little hungry, but my desire for food is so low because I'm so eager to lose weight. I'm just not going to eat. And I feel disgusted anytime I have to eat. Like, oh, I'm so weak. Why am I doing this now? And I'm not recommending anyone else do it my way. Do what's right for you with your doctor. If you can afford a doctor. Hell, most people can't. Or a lot of people can't. But I just realized I don't want to eat excessively. And I wish I had this willpower a month ago or 6 months ago or whatever. But that's okay. I got to the point where I got so disgusted with myself now. I hope I don't slack once I'm down, say I'm down 20 pounds or something. I don't want to think, oh, okay, it's time to eat again. But it's good. It's good progress. I do feel a little thinner. When I would lean over like this before, I could feel the fat on my stomach roll up. And now I can't feel it as much. So that's good. Drink lots of water though. Yeah, herbal teas help. Yeah, I drink green tea every day, or almost every day, and lots of water. Para mí es un poco complicado, solo que tengo que mentalizarme. I keep rolling the R when I shouldn't. Que tengo que mentalizarme bien para empezar y terminar. Yeah, Puccini's saying, for me it's a little complicated. I just have to uh, vi- mental, mental. I don't know what mentalizarme means exactly. It looks like mentalize, like imagine it, but do it to myself. So it's like saying what Puccini. ¿Cuál es mentalizarme en inglés? No entiendo exactamente. Um, mentalizarme. I have to strengthen my mind or something. I don't know. And then he says to begin and also to end, or to start and also to finish. Yeah, it's tricky. It's a big mental thing. Like I said, this is something I've always been a challenge always, and I've never been too. Oh, okay. Thank you, Alejandro, with the translation. Alejandro traducio, traduzco. Wait, traduce, traduzo. Alejandro traduzo. I'm doing well. X420. My screen's really dim now because I'm trying to save the battery, but the battery's pretty good charge right now. Doing fine. Losing weight and just eating very little. And even though I feel the hunger, it doesn't. I have no desire to eat because I'm so much more intent on losing weight. And the challenge, of course, is keeping it off. I'm not going to be eating one meal a day forever. Hopefully, I can keep this up for about a month or so. Now, also, once I'm recovered and I'm exercising more, I might have to eat more then, but it's important not to rationalize it to myself how much I eat. And I just don't think I need to eat much in general. I was never a big eater. I always hated eating big meals. I hated Thanksgivings and Christmases for that. I didn't want to eat big meals then. Um, I, I'm like, just because it's a holiday doesn't mean my stomach's any bigger. So what's it matter? I hated the big portions at restaurants. So just doing what works for me. Just trying to cut down. Unfortunately, I guess partly because I haven't been working out very hard, just walking. And today I finally worked out again. I did body weight squats and calf raises. Um, I because I'm not exercising as much, that probably helps too, to not feel too weak. Because when I wouldn't eat much and then work out and try and work out hard, I would get so fatigued during the workout. So it's kind of hard to do. But then again, that was probably also mental as well. I'm betting I could have done it. Dicen que tomar agua en abundancia también engordada. ¿Qué tan cierto es eso? So Puccini's saying they also say to drink a lot of water. También engorda. No sé cuál es engorda. I don't know how to translate engorda, what that is in English. ¿Qué tan cierto es eso? He says, how clear is that? Um, yeah, I don't know what engorda means, so that's kind of crucial to his question. Also, what I don't like about a date like today, I kind of took for granted all the locations I'm in, where I'm in Los Angeles, because I'm going to the same places, and partly because I was in a little bit of a bad mood, and also I think my depersonalization, derealization is kind of kicking in. So yeah, I'll be glad to get up earlier tomorrow. Sleep's really important for me. I don't know if some people, if it's possible to be sleep deprived and be better. For me, it fucks up with my, mood regulations. I guess it's everybody. I can't really say that's just me on that one. But, um, yeah, I don't know. I wish I could say, I'll just get up all the time, the same time, no matter what, but it was kind of painful today. It's almost easier. I don't know what it is. Easier when I'm just barely sleeping, like 4 hours or so. I don't know, but I'm getting tired now. And gorda. Yeah, right. Gordo is fat. Um, Dicen que oh, it's like it makes you too fat. Demasiado agua te hace gordo. No entiendo. I'm asking Buccini, are they saying water makes you fat? I don't understand. You know what's weird too? I thought there's this show that was on one of the Spanish language stations back when I last home I was in. It was called El Gordo y la Flaca. That means the fat and the thin. I'm like, wow, that's messed up. And it was a talk show. It was like an entertainment talk show with a guy, a host, and the other host, and the guy was really big, and he was fat, and the woman was like super skinny. And I'm like, damn, I feel bad for him. Like, why would you call him? But I don't know, it's like different where that's not insulting or something. I don't know. Or maybe there are people who say that is insulting to say, but I don't know. It's just weird. Another thing about the Spanish language programs I saw, the news would show horrific violence. They would not show that on English news. They're even on like those, like extreme clip compilation shows. They would show like horrific violence, like somebody, mutilated by being hit by a train or something. I'm like, oh my goodness, or a work accident where someone's practically, amputated a severed limb. I'm like, oh my goodness, how can they show this and this is entertainment? But I guess it's just different, it's not as, offensive if it's just kind of what everyone accepts is acceptable, even though I'm not sure if everybody does. But anyways, it was kind of shocking. Same with like the El Gordo y la Flaca. I'm like, damn, how can you call him fat? That's, anyways. But I'm not trying to stay up too late tonight. I'm going to start at 9:17 already. Time flies. Don't care. We got a troll. Bye bye. So I'm going to start putting up my stuff to sleep and not fixate on food. You got to be mentally not worrying about food. If I were to really start worrying now, like, oh, I'm hungry, I got to eat, then I'd want to. Although in my current mental state, I can't think like that. It would be against my beliefs now. Now I'm thinking, no, I don't need to eat. Right now I'm thinking I need to keep burning away this fat, keep whatever my body's going to do with it. And then go tomorrow morning and won't be in the gym. I'm not trying to do my upper body yet because I still have this rib injury from my car crash. So I'm just trying to go to the park, hike. No, I didn't find a new car yet because I'm still waiting for the check. My damn insurance company, they said they were going to send out the check over a week ago when they got my title for the car. Instead, they sent me an email last Friday saying we sent out the check. So I called, all right, Mauve, thanks. Yeah, I'm not worried too much about it in a way. I know I'll get there. Anyway, so, yeah, thanks, Mauve. What was I saying? So many people are lazy here, left their shopping carts all around the far end of the parking lot where I am. I don't park up close to the storefront. I park, far away because I know they don't like that. Go in the morning, go to the park, walk around for about an hour or so, and eat real light. And then tomorrow I'll go to the food bank and try and get some salad or something and drink my Soylent, and that's it. I'll be good and let the fat get sucked away. Oh, and hopefully see the right stuff tomorrow. But yeah, I was talking about the check. Yeah, it took now they said last Friday. So my rental coverage expired Monday. I've been paying out of pocket since Monday, or I'm going to be charged for it. And now they sent it out last Thursday, not a week ago Thursday when they said they would. So now it's going to take about another week to come here in the mail. They said it takes 5 to 7 business days, so I don't know what to expect. Maybe it's already in my mail and this is all some horrible miscommunication. I don't understand what's going on, but I called them to ask when the check went out. So maybe I'll check my mail tomorrow and just keep checking. I was checking last week thinking it'll come any day now. But yeah, once the check comes, then I can start right away. I'm not trying to spend any more on this rental than I can, but I'm not going to rush buying a car either. I'm going to make the appointments with people on Craigslist, go look at their cars, and get them checked out by a mechanic, all that stuff, and then finally have my own car. So I'm trying to get a Toyota that's really good on gas mileage. I saw a Toyota Tundra or something. I'm like, man, that'd be awesome. I hear it's a good car, good price, but any money I save on the price, it's gonna get, I'm gonna spend on gas. It's gonna be so horrible. I managed to divert that sneeze so it didn't affect my ribs. I like let the air fly out of me, so it didn't hurt my ribs that time. When I sneezed before, oh man, it hurts like hell. Yeah, well, I really can't say that about my insurance company. They've actually been very on the ball, responsive, courteous, helpful this whole time. It just is one thing they totally were not clear on. That I needed to mail in my title for the car. First of all, because I'm from Virginia, the title's from Virginia, and my car, what is it? My car, oh, I'm in California now, so I can't just hand the title to the insurance adjuster. I have to mail it back, and then the check is gonna be mailed over here. It's such a hassle. Hell no, I'm not getting a diesel. Diesel VW? Hell no. I take Scotty Kilmer's advice. I'm only getting a Toyota. A Honda would be okay too, but he says Honda automatic transmissions aren't as good, and they burn oil after a while or leak oil. I'm like, good to know. I'll get a Toyota. First Toyota in my life. I've had that Honda Civic for 10 years. I know it's getting dark in here, but I'm boarding out the windows so I can sleep with privacy. With privacy, as the British say. Give my phone a little charge, just get the car battery going. There we go. %79 on it. Yeah, so just a Toyota Corolla, Camry, Matrix, whatever else, sedans that are good. And, you know, I assume every car has got problems with it, and I'll only believe it's okay once I look at it myself, once I test drive it, and then once I bring it to a mechanic to look at and test drive. So. Excuse me. I know it's getting so dark in here. I can't see anything. Mystery stream. Wait, I have a flashlight that changes colors. I don't understand how you know what color it's going to change to, because it only did it once that I noticed. I didn't know it was going to do that when I bought it. Let's see if it does. It's a cool flashlight. I got an AutoZone. Just one AAA battery in it. Yeah, it's bright. Okay, so it's just white. Oh, see, when you just tap it. Red, flashing. Oh, hey. Oh, it doesn't come out this. It's just the body of it. And then. So that's like, danger, danger, help. Okay, I'm not going to waste battery on that. I like that it's very solid. You know, oh man, and once in a while I still feel the dread of what it was like to go to my job as a bouncer. So glad I'm not doing it. It's weird. I didn't hate the job. I hated myself doing the job. Meaning the work wasn't hard. I was mostly just standing around checking IDs. You know, go walk around, make sure no one's passed out or sneaking in drinks or doing drugs or anything. ¿O tienes alguna ventana abierta? No. No, the cops don't knock on my windows. They don't care around here. I know the spots to park where they won't bother me. If I was in restricted areas, yeah, they might. Part where if I'm parked illegally, well, that's the thing. Parking in parking lots overnight here, it's I don't know if it's illegal. It's not allowed, but technically the rules. But they know people do it. There's people sleeping in the parking lots around here. You know, what are you gonna do? So, but also, I'm not in like Los Angeles itself. I'm further out in Burbank or wherever. I'm still figuring out the geography. North Hollywood, I'm not sure. But no, I don't have. Puccini asked, do I have any windows open? No. No tengo una ventana abierta porque hace frío. Hace un poco frío, no mucho. Y la cosa es si tengo las ventanas abiertas, el aire frío va a venir y acerca de 3 o 4 de la mañana voy a estar muy frío. So I'm saying if I crack the windows open when it's cold, it might feel comfortable now, but then by 3 or 4 in the morning, it's going to be brutal. So no, I keep the windows closed when it's cold. I crack them when it's warm. And the nice thing about my Honda that this car doesn't have, it had a sunroof. So I would just open up the sunroof. I don't like having the windows way down. That's creepy. But I would have the sunroof way open when it was warm, and it was perfectly comfortable. Yo me ahogaría dentro de mi carro. Wait, yo me ahogaría dentro de mi carro si no le entra oxígeno. Ahogar? Oh, you wouldn't live in your car if you didn't let oxygen in? Or you wouldn't turn your car into a home? Ahogar sounds like turn it into a home. Un hogar, una casa. But air comes in the car. Aire viene dentro del carro. Porque el carro no está perfectamente cerrado. Significa que hay espacios por aire siempre. I'm saying the car is not airtight. It still lets air in, which I was scared about, but viewers told me no, it's not airtight, so you can leave the windows rolled up and you'll be fine. Pero no corro la máquina por tanto tiempo con las ventanas cerradas. I don't run the engine a lot with the windows all the way up when I'm idling, because you know I don't want to wear down the engine and stuff. Rental, especially a Nissan, it kind of deserves it. Stop making crappy cars, Nissan. Fucking Renault engines. There's a car parked behind me. I kind of like, oh, I don't want them to see that I'm doing this, because they'll know I'm sleeping in my car. What do I care? They're not going to bother me. I'm trying to learn to be more assertive and be like, hey, I'm not doing anything wrong. I actually need to sleep. Besides, like I said, most people don't care around here. Basically, nobody cares. Here we go. Totally dark. Almost. See, 9:30 already. Time goes away from me so quickly. I learned a trick, by the way, to, I know it's so dark, is tan oscuro. So I can't go to sleep in my sleeping bag if it's not cold enough, because the sleeping bag is so thick, it's going to be way too warm and I'll sweat, be very uncomfortable. So I'll go to sleep with a blanket or two on, but I know it's going to get cold by 3 or 4 in the morning, and it'll get so cold I'll wake up cold and I'll need the sleeping bag. Rather than drag the sleeping bag out and get under it, get over it and have to climb up over the seat and slide it under me, and pull it right so it actually goes up, around my head and zips up around my arms. Rather than do all that, I learned I can just pull the sleeping bag over me, literally just pull it on top of me, and it'll keep me perfectly warm. At least here, because it's not freezing cold. In Virginia, I would want to be inside it. But so that's what I realized. I can be lazy, just pull this sleeping bag over me, and I'll be warm. It'll warm me up. All right, pants are coming off. Me quito los pantalones. My nightshade. Now I can't sleep without my nightshade. What the fuck was that? Oh, okay. Somebody moving a shopping cart. It sounded like a crunching sound, and after my car crash, I always worry when I hear a sound like that. I'm thinking, oh no, it's glass breaking or something. So, anyways, all right. Really nice to have no socks on. I used to sleep with my socks on. I realized, oh, I don't like doing that. It sucks. And my feet, when I wake up, it's like, constricted and then expands above that on my leg. Almost like I have fluid retention or something, which probably, that's what I have, I guess. I don't know. So, yeah, it's nice to get these dogs loose. Yeah, it's nice. Can't neglect the water. Got to get everything out from behind the driver's seat. Oh, the pillow. So that I can put the seat all the way back and down. Yeah, they're just pushing carts around here. Good. The sound of those wheels of the carts, man, it scared me. It sounded like glass breaking. Like when, oh, can you see me? Nope. ¿Ya tomaste el vinagre para el estómago? Oh, actually, no, I forgot. So I forgot to do that today, to have the vinegar. But my stomach's much better. I was drinking vinegar with water. I have this vinegar here, apple cider vinegar with mother, which is like a fermented thing in it or something. It's good for you. Because my stomach was so fucked up. I was eating such bad, supposedly good, but bad, like Lara bars and stuff. And it's not that they're bad. It just, you can't make them like a regular meal for you. All that processed stuff, even though it's supposedly no added sugar or anything. The problem is when you eat all that processed apples and like it's literally been like mashed up and watered into a bar, it's still not the way, your body's evolved to eat it. So my stomach was so messed up. I was so bloated. It felt like shit. On top of that, the fat on my stomach. So I was taking the vinegar and water. Today I forgot, but my stomach's much better. Hasta hoy, sí, tomaba el vinagre con agua, pero hoy día no, porque olvidé. So I was taking it every day until today. So the last like 3 days or so. But I forgot today. But also I heard, even though my stomach's better, I heard it's also just good for your health and good for weight loss. Aunque mi estómago está mejor, oí que lo es mejor por tu salud beber o tomar vinagre también. Así mañana intentaré o intento tomar algo vinagre con agua. So even though I don't need it for my stomach now, it's still, I heard, good for my health. I'll try and take some tomorrow. I'll try and remember that. All right, everybody, I'm not trying to stay on this all night. 85%, man, this phone's charging quick. So, hey, thanks for watching. Let's see if I get my face lit up somewhere. Can you see me? Hi. All right. Okay, yeah, you can see me sort of now with the light from the display. All right, everybody, I'm gonna go. Me voy pronto. Quiero dormir. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for watching. Gonna have more regular videos, just the ones pre-filmed soon.